Good afternoon, Salem High School. Welcome to the Salem Show from our Washington County Community Foundation studios at Salem High School. I'm your host, Abigail.
And I'm your other host, Kaylee, and we are super excited to be back with you.
Another thing to be excited about is the fact that Thanksgiving is right around the corner, not to mention the food.
Only a couple of days until break. Hopefully we don't come back too out of shape, especially with basketball.
Oh well. On another note, let's review some of the announcements that you might have missed.
Hey junior class, basketball season is here and we need your help working concessions for the boys' JV and varsity games. Your class officers are working really hard to plan an awesome prom, and working each game helps pay for prom.
Even better, each game you work takes more money off of the price of your prom ticket. Sign up to work outside of Miss Elgin, Miss Brewer, Mr. Adkins, or Miss Singleton's room.
For those who have signed up for the Thrift Store next week, the ticket you have filled out will be given to the teacher of the class in which you have chosen to shop. This will be signed with a time leaving class and returned to you with the return time.
You won't be able to enter the store without the ticket, so make sure you sign up this week with a student council member or in the library.
Are you a 21st Century Scholar? Have you completed the required Scholar Track activities this year? If not, attend the last session today during SRT and after school. Bring your Chromebook and meet in the library. Counselors will be there to help you. I-STEP testing for seniors will begin on Tuesday, November 30th in the presentation room. English will be on November 30th and December 1st, and math will be on December 2nd and December 3rd. Check your email for more information. Lions Unified will meet in the presentation room during SRT on Monday. Anyone interested in volunteering to help Special Olympics with basketball season, or anyone wanting to do the polar plunge should plan on attending. See Ms. Phipps if you need more information.
And volunteers are definitely needed.
For what?
I'm glad you asked. Washington County Special Olympics will start their basketball season with practice this Sunday from 1:30 to 3 in the main gym.
So come out Sunday or see Ms. Phipps if you have any questions how you can help.
Anyone interested in joining the Salem Lion News Network broadcast team, see Mr. Wade Swift in room 9.
Great opportunities to learn behind the scenes of producing a live telecast. Many jobs available like commentating, producing, filming, and much more.
Plus, you get into the games for free and you might even get fed. Get into action and join the fun. Come by and see what it's all about.
That's it for the announcements. Now let's head over to Hannah. How's the weather shaping up next week?
Thanks, Kaylee and Ab. Let's see what the weather looks like for this week. Friday, as the Lady Lions take on the Musketeers, we have a high of 44 and a low of 28. Saturday, as we take on the Cubs, we're going to have a high of 51 and a low of 37. And Sunday, we're going to have a high of 54 and a low of 31 with a 40% chance of rain. For the week of Thanksgiving, Monday we have a high of 36 and a low of 19, which is very cold. Tuesday we have a high of 39 and a low of 29. Wednesday is D.B. Cooper Day, and also when the boys take on West Washington, we have a high of 49 and a low of 32. Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, we have a high of 43 and a low of 27 with a 30% chance of snow. And Friday, we have a high of 41 and a low of 27 with a 32% chance of rain or snow. That's it for me. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks for that cold forecast, Hannah. Now for community news.
Wait. Okay.
What's going on?
We have a special treat for you.
What's that?
Someone here at SLNN loves the old show WKRP in Cincinnati. So much that he showed us one of the most famous episodes of all time.
Oh yeah, so why are we stopping the show then?
Well, we want to present the final part of that segment for you too.
Enjoy!
All right, fellow babies, and now it's time to go to our live remote man on the scene at the Pinedale Shopping Mall for the big WKRP turkey giveaway. So, take it away, Les Nessman.
This is Les Nessman, your man on the scene here at the Pinedale Shopping Center where the excitement is mounting. We're here to witness the big WKRP Turkey Thanksgiving giveaway.
Hey, you got permission to be out here?
What?
You're blocking my store here, buddy.
Don't you know who I am?
Huh?
I'm Les Nessman. I won the Buckeye News Hawk Award last year.
Good for you, Buckeye. Now get out of my doorway.
I'm sorry. Creep.
So far, so good, huh?
I'm here with hundreds of people who have gathered to witness what has been described as perhaps the greatest turkey event in Thanksgiving Day history. All we know for sure is that in a very few moments there are going to be a lot of happy people out here. And now the crowd is curious but well behaved. And I think I hear something now. The crowd is moving out into the parking area. And oh yes, I can see it now. It's a helicopter. and it's coming this way.
A helicopter.
It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving. From W-K-R-P. What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object. Perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. The second to the third. There's no parachutes yet.
Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! Johnny, this is terrible. The
Cars running around, pushing each other. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the humanity. Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. See, folks, I don't know how much longer the crowd is running for their lives. I think I'm going to step inside. I can't stay out here and watch this any longer. No, I can't go in there.
Children are searching for their mothers, and not since the Hindenburg tragedy has there been anything like this. I don't know how much longer I can hold my position here, Johnny. The crowd...
Les, are you there? Les isn't there. Thanks for that on-the-spot report, Les. For those of you who just tuned in, the Pinedale Shopping Mall has just been bombed with live turkey. Film at 11.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Turkeys, I guess, don't really fly.
I'd say so, especially when being thrown out of a helicopter.
Now let's switch gear to a more serious matter. We will keep our theme about appreciation we started. This week we will be appreciating others.
There are people in our lives who we admire, who we respect. They may be classmates, teachers, coaches, teammates, friends, family members, or neighbors.
They may be people in the community, social media, or on the news. You may never have met these people, but you admire something about them. You see value in what they do. You learn from them. You are inspired by them.
Because of them, we strive to be better humans in every community all over the world. There are people who do things that make our world a wonderful place to be. Maybe this someone makes sure you have clean clothes or a healthy breakfast.
Maybe this person makes sure you have electricity during storms. Maybe this person helps people who are ill. Maybe this person advocates for the rights of others. They inspire us to do better and be better.
Their decisions are thoughtful. Their actions are done with intent. They are considerate and purposeful. They live their values and beliefs. We look up to them.
While they may not be famous, honoring them shows that we notice and appreciate what they have done for us.
Whether they are famous or an unsung hero, let someone know you appreciate them today.
Now let's head over to Abby with the Sports Minute.
Thanks, ladies. Starting off with the Lady Lions. They've started 2-1 this season. They won last Tuesday against the visiting Lady Owls of Seymour, 70-47. Then they won another lopsided game, 74-41 at home versus the Crawford County Lady Pack. They started that game off with an explosive 32-point first quarter and coasted the rest of the way. Their first road game at Jennings County was brutal. They lost to the Lady Panthers 37-61. The Lady Lions will try to get back on the winning column as they host a pair of games this weekend. Tonight, they face county rival Eastern Lady Musketeers and then Madison tomorrow night. JV tips off at 6 with varsity to follow. Of course, you can catch all the home games at SLNN on the IHSAATV.org website. Boys' first home game is Wednesday, November 24th at the school out west. The JV tips off at 6 with varsity to follow. Our very own Macy Tomlinson had a chance to talk with our new basketball coach about the upcoming season.
Today we sit down with the new boys head basketball coach, Dwayne Malloy. Thank you for sitting down with me, Coach Malloy. This is your first year as head coach of the Lions basketball team, but not your first head coaching gig. What else have you coached?
It's good to see you, Macy. The other things that I have coached, I spent 4 years as a varsity coach of the Salem Lady Lions softball team. I also was a varsity cross country coach for 1 year. But probably what I've coached has prepared me the most for this position was coaching as a JV coach for the Salem boys basketball team and spending 4 years with Coach Whedon and learning from him. So that's probably what's helped me prepare the most, and those are a few of the things I've coached.
Did any of those experiences help you with the team this year? You said Coach Whedon helped you. Has anybody else helped you?
I spent a year as a JV coach out at West Washington, so I learned some things out there, some different philosophies, but probably the ones that I will pull from the most will be my experiences with Coach Whedon. He really did a nice job of preparing his teams, and I still use a lot of the drills that we ran back then to help influence our team today.
The team you are taking over is coming off a disappointing 4-18 record last year. What do you see as the goal this year for the team, and what does the team need to do to improve their record this year?
We need to improve in 3 areas. First of all is turnovers. Last year, looking at last year's statistics, Salem turned the ball over 310 times. Our opponents turned it over 190. And that's one category that we have to improve, is taking care of the ball and not turning it over. Another area is rebounding. We got out-rebounded last year, about 7 boards per game on average, and that is an area where we are really going to have to improve on this year, and the fact that we are undersized this year will make that even more of a challenge. And the other area is shot selection. As far as field goal percentage, looking at last year's statistics, other teams outshot us by about 8% per game, which means they were doing a better job of getting a higher quality shot. So we have to quit being so impatient and make sure we're getting a good shot each time down the floor.
Let's talk about your seniors. What do you expect out of them this year?
Well, our seniors this year are Caden Cologne, Dylan Whitfield, and Grant Maheron. All 3 great guys, great kids. All 3 of them are going to have to give us some toughness. All 3 of them are around 6'6'1". All 3 of them are going to be expected to play in the post and around the basket. Grant will be playing some on the wing as well, but all 3 of them are going to have to give us some toughness. Defending guys bigger than them all throughout the year. They're going to have to be our leaders, not only on the court, but off the court as well. And I think all 3 of them are first-class individuals, and I expect good things from them on the court this year. And it's going to be fun being around them off the court as well.
Who are some of your underclassmen that we should be looking out for?
Some of my juniors that I think are going to be big contributors on the floor this year are Justin Stevenson. He'll get his first varsity action this year, and I expect him to have a breakout year. Hayden Bowman is my leading returning scorer, averaging 8.6 points per game, and right behind him is Kellen Humphrey at like 8.4 points per game. And then I have Holden Collins, who I expect big things from. Another junior who I expect to lead our team this year, Caleb Tucker at our point guard position. He does a good job of handling the ball, and he's a leader because he was a quarterback for a football team that did great things this year. So those 5 juniors are going to get a lot of playing time, as well as my 3 seniors, and they'll make up the core of our varsity team this year.
What is the main characteristic of your team that makes you enjoy coaching them?
The main characteristic I've noticed so far is we're pretty quick. We have good quickness, and we have some good shooters. Between the quickness and the shooters, we're going to try to tailor our offense to fit them, and as well as our defense. You know, we're going to have to work on defending people bigger than us this year as far as defending the post, and we'll use our quickness. Because we're going to be outmatched a few times in the post area this year. So we'll use our quickness, and on offense, we're going to try to use to our advantage our shooting ability.
The team had some thrilling wins last year, one of which was a 3 overtime victory versus Eastern. What do you prefer, a close win where every possession matters, or a blowout win?
Well, as a fan, I love a good game, like a 3 overtime game. As a fan, that's great to watch. As a coach, you know, those can be pretty stressful and challenging, but I do like close games. I do like playing against a team that's well-matched, and it's almost like when you're coaching against another coach, you make an adjustment, the other coach makes an adjustment, so it ends up being like a chess match. So there's times where you look forward to playing a game against a team where you know that you're where you know that you can handle them fairly easily. But then again, a lot of times you don't always play up to your best ability playing against those kind of teams. So I always like a good challenge.
You have coached for a little while now in other sports. Has the feeling of game day changed for you over the years? If so, how?
Back when I played, I always got butterflies, a little bit of pregame jitters, and it's still that way today, even as I'm older. Even though I'm coaching now, it's the same as when I played. I still get some pregame jitters, and I think that's natural. And one thing I always tell my players is take those pregame nerves and transfer that into an energy that's useful on the floor. I think it's natural to be nervous before a game as a player and a coach, and I just think you have to learn how to manage that. But it's still the same feeling, Macy. Still just a little bit of pregame jitters, little butterflies.
You said that you just had pregame nerves, but do you have any routines that you will do on game day? Especially since it's your first year as the head coach of the Lions, where in this state, basketball is a way of life, not just a game.
I think there are a lot of coaches who do have some pregame routines. I necessarily, when it comes to superstitions, if we will win, a couple games in a row, then we'll tend to wear like the same outfit that we wore to the last game as far as like a top. If we wore a certain special uniform or special certain warm-up shirt and we ended up not playing well, we may not wear that again the rest of the year. So I think that little superstitions like that are pretty common in sports. And yes, I do have a few.
Jumping back to this year's squad, who are the teams that stand in your way to winning a conference championship and making a deep run into the tournament?
Well, a lot of times our sectional is just basically our conference tournament. So we run into a lot of the same teams in conference and sectional, and it's usually the same ones. I mean, we play in the same sectional and conference for boys basketball as the two-time defending state champions in Class 3A, and that's Silver Creek. And they will still be the team to beat until somebody dethrones them. And then right behind them, you have a team like Brownstown, who is always a constant in Manning sports of being someone who you try to overtake. And then you've got others who are improving, like Scottsburg and Corden and North Harrison. So a lot of the same teams that are in our conference are also in our sectional, and it's a challenge each and every game, and you cannot take any nights off.
Your first game as a coach will be against a school that both of us are a little bit too familiar with, West Washington. How does it feel to be coaching there in your first year? How does it feel to be coaching there in your first year as coach of the Lions?
I feel like it's pretty ironic. I taught out there. I coached out there. West Washington is a school that I graduated from. Played many games on that floor, so it'll be pretty ironic that my first varsity head coaching game will be on that floor at West Washington. And it's going to be an exciting night. It's only a few days away. I expect a big crowd. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of family from West Washington and still in that area. But I consider myself a transplant Salem. Both my daughters went to school here at Salem. I love the things that Salem stands for, and I'm very excited about the game. And it's just around the corner, and I'm looking very much forward to it.
What kind of game can we expect?
I expect for it to be a close, hard-fought game. Over the summer, I didn't get the coaching job until the end of June, so I didn't get to work with our boys over summer. But over the summer, Salem, actually West Washington, handled Salem pretty well. But I think some things that we're putting in place will help us with that, and knowing their personnel will help us to defend them a little bit. And plus, it's a rivalry game. All rivalry games are always hard played, well played. It's going to be a good test for us from the start. I expect for it to be a close game. Hopefully we can come out on top, Macy.
The game is right before Thanksgiving. We also hear that a win makes turkey taste better. What do you think?
Absolutely. I have no doubt that if we can win that game, and that Thursday, Thanksgiving, will be a day of Thanksgiving. Just a day to reflect and a day to relax, and also a day to kind of enjoy the spoils of victory. And and whether or not whether or not we come out ahead in the win column, as long as we can play well, I will still be really satisfied. The main thing to me is I will consider it a victory every night if we can continually improve and get better each and every night. But coming out ahead on the scoreboard makes it even sweeter.
You have added to your staff this year. Can you tell us a little bit about your coaching staff?
Sure. Our JV coach will again be Cameron Smith. He is a third grade teacher at Brady Shrum, and the kids love him. Cameron, he wears a suit to school every day. And I said, well, don't expect that on the sideline because I don't like wearing a tie. But if you go over to Brady Shrum and go in his classroom, you'll see him in a suit and tie. And I think that's awesome. It's just not for me. My freshman coach will be Ricky Links, who is well known here in Salem. He's got 2 boys in the Salem school system. His parents own Links clothing store on the square. One of my varsity assistants is Tom Faltz, a really good friend of mine who knows the game of basketball. He referees a lot. He's a good friend. He also works for the Salem Leader in their advertising department. So he's a well-known face around Salem. And then my other varsity assistant is Tim Nice. Tim Nice is he knows the game very well. He actually is probably better known because he is the father of Jalen Nice, who is really a good player here at Salem, and that's the way a lot of people refer to him, as Jalen's dad. But Tim knows the game and taught Jalen a lot about what he knows, and I feel very confident in our staff, and they are all for working hard each and every day, and I'm very pleased with them so far.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to Lion Nation today?
Yes, I just would like to encourage each and every one of you to come out and support the Salem Lions, boys and girls teams. I know they support the girls teams already, so come out and support the boys teams. We need our fans in the audience, and after COVID last year, a lot of people are itching to get out. We hope to give you a team that is fun to watch, that is constantly improving, and that is conducting themselves on the court the way that would make you proud. So please come out and support us.
Thank you again, Coach Malloy, for sitting down with me and the Salem Lions News Network, and good luck this season. The Lions will start the season on the road Wednesday, November 24th at the team out west. The JV will take the court at 6 p.m. and varsity will follow. If you can't be there, then you can see it live on the West Washington live stream at ihsaatv.org. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks for the interview, Macy and Coach Malloy, taking the time and talking to us. Now on to college basketball. The season tipped off last Tuesday. Number 9 Duke and number 10 Kentucky played, and Duke won. Michigan State and number 3 Kansas played, with Kansas winning that matchup. Number 17 Ohio State and Akron played, and Ohio State won. OH. And of course, Tennessee played UT Martin and won. Go Vols. On the women's side, number 1 South Carolina beat NC State. Number 13 Kentucky beat Presbyterian. Number 8 Indiana beat Butler. And, to end with the best, number 15, Tennessee beat Southern Illinois. Go Lady Vols. Well, that's all for me. Now let's head over to Draven for some skate news.
Tom Botwood went pro for film trucks. I have no idea why, but he did either way. There's also no real information on it. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, he went pro because he wanted to make a career out of skating, my response to that is he already did. He owns and is the artist for my personal favorite skate brand, the Poetic Collective. Unless we're counting Leon Carson, but I don't think Leon Carson is really a brand, more of a solo artist. But I guess artists are kind of making themselves their brand, but that's kind of up in the air. Well, I'm just rambling, so I'm going to send you back to our anchors.
Thank you, Shields, for that sports minute, and Draven for the rad skater news.
Thank you for tuning in to the Salem Show from the Washington County Community Foundation Studios.
We would like to take a moment to remember a great man and our friend Dee Smith. He will be missed greatly here at Salem Community Schools.
If you didn't go to the memorial service last Friday, you can watch it in our YouTube channel or on the Facebook page.
After the credits, we will replay the video presentation that was on the Jumbotron during the memorial service.
Well, that concludes our sensational 7th episode.
And remember, stay active, stay safe, and we'll see you guys later. Hug your loved ones and hoist the Jolly Roger. And as always, fins up and fins forward.